ring culture. Do y'all remember when I said a while back the arguments that LeBron ball boys make for LeBron, if applied to LeBron, make him look worse? Well, Richard Jefferson just destroyed LeBron, replying to Charles Barkley, and he doesn't even realize it. Let's talk about it.
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
Okay, ring culture, welcome back to Ring Culture, where we play no games, we just spit game about the game we love. Before we get into this video, I want y'all to go over to my reaction channel, the Nuclear Reactor, and check out my sports reactions. Y'all will really love those. But back over here at Ring Culture, a few days ago, Richard Jefferson on his podcast, rebutted Charles Barkley, even said fuck Charles Barkley, because Charles Barkley was talking about the second Apron rule, and Barkley wasn't only saying that about LeBron, he was also saying about Kevin Durant, Curry, all of these guys who want to team up together, the best players in the league 3 at a time in their prime, team up together to try to win easy rings. But Richard Jefferson, being one of LeBron ball boys, was only in his feels about LeBron, because that's what happened with LeBron. Grown men start to act like little babies whenever you criticize their crush, LeBron. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. LeBron has a cult. It's actually insane. He has a cult of grown-ass men, which is weird. Before I tell you why what Richard Jefferson said about LeBron makes LeBron look worse, I'm going to let y'all hear what Richard Jefferson's defense of LeBron. I'm going to add just a little bit of context, because I believe that other channels already added most of the context. To Raw for Sports put a lot of context to this. The Basketball Show put a lot of context to this. Uncut Hoops put a lot of context to this. So I'm just going to add a little bit of context. I'm probably going to say a few things that y'all heard before, but then I'm going to show y'all why when you apply all the arguments for LeBron to LeBron, it always makes LeBron look worse. So listen to Richard Jefferson, one of LeBron ball boys, one of his essentially LeBron ball dropped. Listen to this shit.
All right, moving on. Charles Barkley.
Oh, wait, my turn. Fuck him.
Oh. Wait, hold on, I'm getting the rainbow. Keep going, Richard.
Oh,
really?
Wait, I'm sorry, which part were you going to go on?
No.
With the Bill Simmons? Was the Bill Simmons?
Yeah,
fuck him. I got this shit.
Chuck dropped
Watch out.
Jeff on
No.
Simmons. Can I do it for our audience?
Do it for our audience. I'm ready. I'm about to
When
do
was
a
the last
social
time you
media.
stretched? Said the second apron exists because players are soft and want to team up. Called out LeBron's crew for demanding everyone calling him the GOAT. Is he right?
Okay, my turn. All right, this is my favorite part, because I've done this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite part. All right, so social media team, get ready. This is a clip. We're about to social this. All right, really quickly. I remember Charles Barkley got drafted to a team with Moses Malone, maybe Dr. J, and Maurice Cheeks, right? So he got drafted by a team that was loaded, right? They were into their career, but so he did, right? Then I do remember very vividly. Hey, Channing, I need your attention here. Do we remember? No, I said Channing, not you, perk, bitch. I'll show you how much you listening.
That's actually funny.
That's funny. So then I remember Charles Barkley going to Houston, and then he teamed up with Akeem Olajuwon, and then Scottie Pippen was also there. So now Scottie Pippen, Clyde Drexler had just retired, and then Scottie Pippen, who was only in year 11, so it wasn't older. Olajuwon and Charles Barkley were at year 14. Pippen was at year 11, so he was in his prime. That sounds like teaming up. That sounds like teaming up if I'm wrong. right? Hey, let's go to Shaq and Kobe. Does everybody remember when they recruited Gary Payton, who was still in his prime, and then they recruited Karl Malone? Do we remember that? The second all-time leading scorer to play power forward next to Shaq in his prime after they had won 3 out of the last 4 championships? So are we saying Shaq and Kobe? So when we look at teaming up, right? He did it. He joined Olajuwon. And then Scottie Pippen came in. And now we're talking about the second Apron exists. Did we forget our history? His own history. And I love Charles. Charles is my icon, my idol, my big bro. There's not a person in this industry that I don't love, that I fucking
Is that why you're
more.
bold?
Yes, I'm bald because of Charles. But Charles, let's be honest. You literally joined the team with Akeem Olajuwon because he's won 2 championships. Sounds like, wow, that sounds like maybe LeBron going and joining D-Wade. And then you brought in Scottie Pippen. Man, that sounds like Chris Bosh joining. And then you got Shaq and Kobe, who also went and called, and then they lost in the championship because of an injury to Karl Malone, some BS, but they still made it to the finals. So Karl Malone joined with Shaq and Kobe and got Gary Payton. So these guys joined up. Why do we always make it seem like LeBron is the first person to ever join up in NBA history? The Celtics
before Braun made his move, KG, Paul, and Ray joined up.
Right? And so it's like when you look at this over the history, it's like, come on. The second apron doesn't, we're blaming everything on LeBron, right, wrong, ugly. That's fine. We're cool. That's a different story. But Charles joined the Houston Rockets with Akeem Olajuwon, and then they went and recruited Scottie Pippen. The Lakers with Shaq and Kobe went and recruited one of the best power forwards of all time to play next to Shaq and next to Kobe, and then they went and got another all-defensive historic guard in Gary Payton. That defense with Gary Payton and Kobe Bryant at the front line, are you kidding me? They were trying to make it unfair. So how are we going to just now all of a sudden forget all of our NBA history? And that's just going back a few years.
So y'all heard what he said about his defense of LeBron James. One thing, Charles Barkley did play with Clyde Drexler the first year he went there. I'm not sure why he said Clyde Drexler just retired. Charles Barkley and Clyde Drexler were teammates on that Houston team. Charles Barkley was traded to Houston, which is fine. But he's trying to say that these players wanted to play together. In 1990, listen, Akeem Olajuwon was on a decline in 96 on. It just got worse and worse. Yes, he still had flashes because I believe superstars are still above average players when they just get out of their prime. And I still think Akeem was an above average player. But he was on a decline. But he's right. Charles Barkley got traded to Houston. He didn't join. He did get traded. It wasn't like they conspired. They did get Pippen to come there. I'm pretty sure when Drexler retired. Pippen was another case that by the time Pippen left Chicago, he was pretty much done. His back injuries took a toll on him. But still, when those three got together, I'm just adding a little bit of context. So when Olajuwon, Scottie Pippen, and Barkley got together, Olajuwon was 36, Charles Barkley was 35, and Pippen was 33. I want y'all to keep this in mind because it's getting to a larger point I'm about to make. Then he said Charles Barkley was drafted to a team with Dr. J and Moses Malone. That is just stupid. He was drafted there. He didn't get. That has nothing to do with what LeBron did. Listen, what LeBron did when he built super teams, so we're clear. LeBron conspired with 2 other top players in the league to get together and play together. Wow, all 3 of those guys were well within their prime, and they were all number 1 option franchise players. That's what LeBron did. That's what KD did when he ran to Curry and Klay Thompson in Golden State. That's what Kevin Durant did again when he ran to Kyrie in Brooklyn and they got James Harden to come there. That's what LeBron did when he ran to Dwayne Wade. He got Bosh when he ran to Kyrie and got Love to come there. When he went to LA, and he tried to get Kawhi Leonard, he tried to get Paul George, but he was only able to get AD, and then he got Westbrook. That's what we're talking about. 3 franchise players, number 1 caliber players in their prime at the same time. Granted, LeBron James, when he went to LA, to me was out of his prime, but he was still putting up prime numbers. That's important because in this NBA, you can still put up prime numbers when you are past the age of 35 or 36 because it's easier to score now. Also, I believe sports medicine is better now than it was back then. Keep all that in mind. I'm just adding some context to Richard Jefferson. So Richard Jefferson is making a false equivalent here. Charles Barkley already addressed why he went to Houston. He said that when I was past my prime as a number 1 option, then he chased the ring because he wanted a ring. But he would have never done that when he was in his prime. That's what he said. It was always common knowledge that when a great player exited their prime, that they would probably try to find a team to, just to go to and help contribute while they were still a little above average to get a championship. At least they would get a championship. That's what Charles Barkley did. That's what he did. He's right that Charles Barkley wanted a ring. Charles Barkley never did that when he was in his prime. That's the difference. And another difference is LeBron James conspired with 2 of the best players in the league to get together. So, yes, that's why the second apron rule is there, because of those guys. Richard Jefferson is wrong. Now, let me tell you why. Because if y'all seen my video, LeBron Excuses, y'all know exactly what I'm about to say. When you use the arguments for LeBron and apply them to LeBron, it makes him look worse. Let me tell you why. Y'all remember on my LeBron Excuse video, one of my homies' rebuttals was when I showed him all the talent LeBron played with, he said they all wasn't in their prime. Thank you, Richard Jefferson, because now that you're saying that LeBron James, that Charles Barkley joined these teams, knowing it really wasn't the same thing, you're essentially saying that he teamed up with top players in the league, even though these guys was in their mid to late 30s, right? Okay, then what do you do with this list? What do you do with the list of LeBron James teammates that all his ball boys say weren't in their prime? What do you do with that list now? What do you do with Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Ben Wallace, Sean Marion, Rajon Rondo, Darren Williams, Mark Gasol, Derrick Rose, Jerry Stackhouse, Zajunas Ilgauskas, Antoine Jameson, Rashard Lewis, Isaiah Thomas, Andre Drummond, Juwan Howard, Wally Zerbiak, Kyle Korver, Tyson Chandler, Mo Williams, just to name a few. LeBron James now looks like all he had was top talent on his team, and he still only went 4 and 6 in the finals. He still missed the finals 12 years in his career. He still failed to win the championship 18 years in his career. What do you do with all those Richard Jefferson? Huh? These are all certified all-stars. What do you do with that, bro? You just went on a diatribe about Charles Barkley in his mid-30s, Hakeem Olajuwon in his late 30s, Gary Payton mid-30s, Charles Barkley being drafted to a team with an old Dr. J and Moses Malone on it. Why you said that? To try to defend your glorious king, the forever goofy. What you do with all of these? Are you still going to say that these guys wasn't in their prime? You going to make that same argument for the people that LeBron played against? You just made LeBron look way worse with that argument. The problem with you LeBron ball boys is y'all never apply your arguments to LeBron. Y'all just say anything to defend LeBron. And as you can see, this shit makes LeBron look way worse. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Everything Charles Barkley said was right. We entered this era since LeBron James tried to stack his teams so he could win easy championships. He got a taste of his own medicine in 2018 when he ran Kyrie Irving off for trying to trade him for something big and better. It's hilarious the fact that y'all want to take up for LeBron so much that y'all make these insane arguments that when you flip them around and apply them to your crush, your glorious, forever goofy LeBron James, it makes him look worse. Come on, tell me. Now, since you said all that stuff about Charles Barkley, I want you to go on air and apply those same arguments to LeBron James and this list I gave you. And there's more people than this. I'm just going off this list right here. Why don't you do that? Hey, Ring Culture, what y'all think? I told y'all, whenever someone comes and gives you an argument for LeBron James, just turn it around and apply it to LeBron James. Just apply it to LeBron James the other way around. It always makes LeBron look worse. It's absolutely mind-boggling that Richard Jefferson said this. When he said it, I was like, does he realize what he's saying? Is he crazy? Anyway, Ring Culture, let me know what y'all think down below. I'll be down there with y'all, commenting back. But anyway, always remember, we are Ring Culture, because the whole point of the culture is to win rings. For the culture, I love y'all. Peace.